Welcome to the Pod Bay Door.
Hello out there in the verse. This is the Pod Bay Door. Please join us every Tuesday for informed discussions on new and upcoming movies, games, and tech. And if you love Las Vegas, stay tuned because as Vegas insiders, we can give you a unique perspective on its history, provide insider information, and reveal the unknown secrets of our town, Vegas. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. We're glad you're with us. And hey, if you get the chance, subscribe to us and give us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Also check in with us on our YouTube channel at the Pod Bay Door Podcast.
What is a podcast?
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
I've still got the greatest enthusiasm and confidence in the mission.
Why is the rum gone?
Hey everybody, we are back in the Pod Bay Door studio. This is Jamey. Adam and Sam are with me. Sam, how you doing today?
Doing great. How you guys doing?
Good. Adam, welcome.
What's going on?
Not much, man. Actually, there's a ton of stuff going on in this episode. Coming up on the episode, The Ghosts of Las Vegas, The Haunting of the Strip. Got some great stories with that. Naked hazing on the Strip. That's for you, Sam. More nudity for Sam because he's still remote. He's calling in. And of course, more Topless report, Nerd Alert, Gear Grinders, and Area 52. We are now on, we launched on Player.fm, Mixcloud, and a big hello to Adam and his crew over at Auto Radio. Real glad to be connected. In fact, a story about Adam in the days in the time of tweets and the
all the Twitters,
all the impersonal ways of communicating. I was making sure that the Pod Bay Door podcast was getting as much exposure as possible. I connected with Auto Radio and I got a personal message from Adam. I just wanted to tell him that I was very impressed by that. I'm old school. And I like to see
a little bit of communication goes a long way.
Yeah,
a
real nice hello. So big thanks to Auto Radio, and check with us on there. Real great format to listen to the Pod Bay Door there. Comments and suggestions still coming in. We love them all, especially the names. Pokemon's Buddy 67. Does Pokemon have buddies? Dirty Pikachu does. I know.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, sure.
I mean, I guess they have trainers. That's a whole other weird thing, though.
That's true. All right. Pokemon's Buddy 67 commented, "Good show, guys. As always, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Why do you hate Pokemon Go? The new version rocks." I'll be honest. I had to look up and to see what new version. And there is a new version.
Oh, I'm sure they've updated
the newest version within days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I fell off of that one.
Why do we hate it?
Sam, you still play that?
Do you still play Pokemon Go, Sam?
I didn't know we hated it. I just felt indifferent about it.
When he read that comment, I was like, I don't remember us like talking smack on it.
Yeah,
like,
we never
like as a game.
Said we hated it
maybe the people that like run into traffic as they're playing it, they're pretty dumb.
Yeah,
But we spent some time at the parks playing that with you know the random groups of people.
The only reason I would hate Pokemon Go,
months.
honestly, is if I was driving and someone was playing Pokemon Go while they were driving. Yes, I would hate it, obviously, because they're supposed to be driving. You shouldn't multitask by playing Pokemon Go and drive.
Well, you shouldn't do anything. Stop drinking and doing your nails and making texts and
right. Just drive your car.
Just drive the damn car. Like
honestly, I
drive the damn car.
haven't played the new version.
Well put, Sam.
I'm sure that it updates and makes a few of the things better.
The new version is actually pretty good. Like I tested out a little bit, but as of right now, I mean, I'm not traveling much, so I can't really get all the characters. But from what I've been told from my friends that are actually still playing it, it's actually really good. They had like a special edition Pikachu where it had Ash's hat on, so like that was like little special events going on. I mean, they have live events going on constantly to keep the fans still enticed to the game itself. So I mean, for those,
I'm sure they have to update
still
it.
Playing, it's paying off basically.
Well, every month they got to come up with a new feature, right? So keep people interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, the events
or
like,
a new
the current update
set of Pokemon that come out, or
Mm-hmm.
Like what they have going on is like say whatever group you belong to. If you go to that gym, you can collect your items, right? But if you don't belong to that gym, then you can still collect the items, the icon itself, but it's just not as good as the loot. Like the loot would be better if
it was your college
you're
gym.
on the same team.
Right.
Yeah, I don't, regardless of the internal updates that you guys are talking about, it's virtually impossible to address the problem with Pokemon Go, which is the safety issue. And why?
Yeah, maybe that's the reason.
Why does no one have a job that they have to go to, and why are they playing Pokemon Go? But no, we definitely don't hate it. In fact, the technology, especially coming from.
No, I thought it was super clever.
Yeah, and
it's creative. It's very creative.
Yeah, it comes from the creator and coder and algorithm designer of the Google Maps.
Right.
So yeah, it's
how they designed it is really kind of.
It's impressive.
It's very impressive.
I just don't. It's if its efficacy in daily life concerns me. I don't think it has one, but it
was fun for a moment.
It was fun for a moment. It was fun to watch all the injuries and reports and how it went badly.
People stopping in the middle of traffic to catch Pikachu.
Yeah, exactly. But we don't hate it. We don't hate it. We don't hate it. Any technology we definitely don't hate. I don't think. We'll let you know if we do.
I hate Apple.
Do you hate Apple?
Yeah, I hate Apple.
Yeah. Well, Jobs was a kind of a dick.
Well, that's.
But he was a brilliant marketer.
True.
Yeah. He's lucky he had Wozniak though. Dice. The name's so nice, they named it thrice. Commented, my drive to work is a lot more fun with you guys. That's fantastic to hear. I love that because, we want to drive time. Our show is a little bit longer, so I other than L.A., I don't think there's a lot of 1 hour drive times.
Right, exactly.
But the half hour in, half hour out, that's fantastic. So thank you so much for saying that. What's new in Las Vegas? Oh gosh, there's something new and silly every day. The two most prevalent things happening right now. There's a lot of demolition going on in downtown Las Vegas, on what's referred to as 18 Fremont. It's the address.
Old school.
General location, and they are following suit with Tony Hsieh and Amazon. They're trying to. The gentrification of downtown is still forging ahead. I have my doubts, but they're trying it, and they're going to demo some more buildings down there and put up some. I hear condominiums. I hear foodstuffs. I hear
always a new high-rise tower.
What I've not heard is that the casinos that they are removing are not being replaced.
Right.
Yeah. In fact, a very famous and a popular with my friend Don out in Arizona, Mermaids. I mean, it is a slot machine clip joint.
Oh, man.
Yeah, if you wanted a free drink, which is a whole different issue now here in Las Vegas, so I'll bring up.
I was just watching some news articles on free drink crackdowns.
Oh, Caesars just launched it. Yeah, you have to qualify for drinks. There's no more
downtown now too.
Downtown?
The red light, green light thing, right?
Yes.
The stop and go red light, green light situation. Yeah,
Yep.
They just started downtown too.
Yeah.
I just saw the news clip today on 13 Action News.
Yeah.
So basically, it rates you as you play, and this machine gives you a red light or green light, whether or not you get a free drink.
Yeah.
And so it's no more like playing $1 on the pennies and getting a free drink every.
And Caesar's Palace and its entire corporate structure now is based on your player's card. And so hopefully there's someone monitoring the computer, and then when you get a drink somewhere in there, they'll send somebody over. But
it's very mechanical. Like the way they're marketing it is the person that created it was saying that it's just another way to help out the bartenders, quote unquote. But when I was hearing this, I was like, no, you're not, because the bartender lives off tips.
Right.
He's gonna get
so
tipped
the more drinks he gives out.
If you're screwing someone over in their drinks, you know what I mean?
We'll see how it goes down.
Yeah, we'll see.
Very interesting.
I'm just waiting for all the Las Vegas problems that they're creating, the parking, the paid parking, the no free drinks. I mean, everything that makes the Las Vegas special. I mean, every sort of story that I hear being told by non-Las Vegas residents, they always say, free drinks, and it's so easy to park. And yeah, I'm just waiting for the backlash. I'm not seeing it yet, though. I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, it's not a success, but there's just not enough complaining going on. I don't know.
Do you think that maybe the new crowds coming into Vegas don't know about Old Vegas? Like they're just used to paying for parking now. Or
I don't
just,
know. I don't know. The generation that has the most, the largest average income and the largest liquid cash availability is 35 to 45, which is actually lower than it has been in decades. It's always the older folks that have the money. Yeah. But and then millennials, of course, don't have a dime.
And they scrap together all the money they can get, so they don't go and spend it.
Yeah, they don't have a pot to piss in, so it's nobody's spending money there. But now the second big news, and I'm not going to take a lot of time on this because I don't know. I don't know that I care that much. OJ,
there you go.
OJ is out now.
Yeah. The juice is loose.
Adam.
I know. I had to.
I know.
So it's time to go watch the Conor McGregor fight.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's super excited for that. Yeah, like we are.
Yeah, I actually took the time and watched his exit interview, which was an important interview with his parole board. It was the last interview that qualified him to be released
right? Or paroled.
And he's always been well spoken.
Oh, for sure.
I do think that he deserves the credit for his past life, but I just think that he's not very stable. He doesn't seem very stable to me.
I never thought he was either. Yeah. He can disappear in Florida for all I care. If he's out.
Yeah.
I don't need to see from him going out to sporting events. I don't want to see that.
No. I think he's going to go the way, unfortunately, of now I hate to make this comparison, but of Pete Rose. Pete Rose made that giant error gambling, and of course those are two hugely different things. Rose didn't serve time, but I think he's just going to disappear, which probably he should. Get to a normal life.
Well, Rose didn't serve time, but he'll never be in the Hall of Fame, so that still kind of hurts.
Yeah, that's true.
As a player.
That's true. Asterisk or no, he's not going to be in there. Yeah. Although Bonds, Barry Bonds has the same problem. And that's a little bit more of a controversy because, would he have hit the home runs regardless?
Exactly. The PEDs or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So the Topless report. Where are they naked now? Now, I got a couple of interesting ones. And I didn't realize Adam actually brought this up. The first one: showgirl street entertainers told pasties are not enough. So. Are they enough, Adam?
Specifically the ones on the strip, right?
Yeah.
And they just can't wear the stickers anymore on the nipples?
Downtown. Well, no, they mentioned three different locations, the standard locations. Downtown, Center Strip, and the welcome sign.
Okay.
And apparently there have been showgirl entertainers, if you will, for picture opportunities and whatnot.
Got to make that money.
Slowly, disrobing to the point where they were just wearing pasties. Sure. Well, that's big no. That's big no. So.
Well, what old man made that law?
I don't know. I mean, it's good enough for the Las Vegas shows. It's good enough for major broadcast television.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cable, cable is just out of control now. It's just with all the craziness on there. So, but yeah, no pasties on the strip. Actually, no pasties in Las Vegas. So
I was gonna say you can't have pasties at like the actual showgirl shows, right?
Not really. No, the laws are a little bit different. Yeah, a little bit different. But now late night shows, you can. I mean, there's full nudes. But I don't know. Very interesting. I see the disappointment in Adam's
I know.
face.
I know. What the hell? What am I going to do with my free time?
And next, a nude girl was strapped to the hood by her friends, by her sorority friends, on the hood of a car and drove down the strip. And apparently this was a hazing activity.
Nice.
It was a UC-based school. They really won't talk about which one it was, but it was a UC. Strapped her.
I know a friend of mine that goes to one of those schools. I have to ask him about it. Maybe he knows.
Yeah.
This was down the Vegas Strip, right?
Down the Vegas Strip. They said they made it from Russell,
I'm gonna say,
which is right near the Mandalay Bay.
Yeah.
To just before Flamingo. And of
only
course,
a couple blocks in.
Before they were stopped.
Yeah, there's an island right in front of Caesars and that location where they look for speeders, and there's always a cop there.
Right.
And there he was, and it's a big no too. Now I understand that.
I would have loved to seen that on like Cops, you know.
Right. Well, you have to have your shirt off if you're on Cops anyway. So.
That's right.
So yeah, he was smiling pretty good.
Yeah. So no. So if you're gonna bring a nude girl, put her in the trunk. Apparently.
There you go.
You know.
Man, I didn't know hazing was still a thing.
Yeah, I can imagine. There's 100 reasons why they were going to be stopped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The least of which was the fact she was naked.
She was naked.
All right. Hey, Adam did some. We got a huge nerd alert list here.
Oh man. Well, it was Comic-Con weekend.
Yeah.
You know, Sam and I always try and catch
big Mecca.
The newest movie, so we got a little bit to cover.
Mm-hmm.
Where should we start, dude? So much going on.
Actually, I wanted to start with a little science note that I actually didn't have on here.
Okay.
There was a guy in India by the name of, I'm sorry if I butcher this, Abhispek Prasad, and he's a guitar player, and he was getting cramps in his hand when he played, and he was misdiagnosed a few times. And he was finally diagnosed with something called dystonia. And they were told he has to have brain surgery. Oh, okay. And so while he's having brain surgery, this guy's awake playing the guitar so that they can figure out where his little synapses are going.
Right.
And so that they can burn away whatever, they do up there. Right. And so he played guitar as they were having brain surgery same time. Pretty cool, huh?
Wow. Yeah. Well, no, that's creepy. But
creepy, but man, that's how they had to get it done.
Kind of horrifying.
He said he wasn't in any pain. It was all local anesthesia and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, very interesting.
Wow.
That's pretty cool, dude.
That reminds me of a movie. I don't know if you guys saw it, Smoking Aces 2.
I don't think I saw the second one.
And one of the hitmen removed a guy's skull and while he was awake and was manipulating his arm. Yeah, it was terrible. It was horrible. But what country was this in?
I'm not sure where the surgery actually took place, but the guy was Indian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good job on the name.
Yeah, we'll see.
It could have been Yngwie Malmsteen. Yeah. There you go. That's for John Thorpe out there.
Nice. Old school
callback.
Right,
well, cool.
Yeah, all right. So then let's jump into, we saw Valerian in the City of 1,000 Planets.
Okay.
Right, Sam?
Yeah.
Still with us, Sam?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. No, I was listening.
I know.
Where do we even start with Valerian?
Well, why don't you start? I know you like to enjoy
For
it.
me,
well, did you like it? Start off with, did you like it?
There you go.
Visually, it was stunning. It was fun for me. It was a fun movie.
It sounds like the girl with a good personality.
But
oh boy,
right.
Well, the only weak part for me was, honestly, was maybe the two lead actors and the storyline.
Here we go.
Relative unknowns, yes.
Yeah.
They've done a few movies recently.
Okay.
But they were.
But they weren't that strong.
No, I agree. They weren't a strong, casting to begin with. But I didn't think that they were, necessarily the worst part.
No, it wasn't horrible.
Like Sam said, it was very, intense and graphics heavy. Reminds you a lot of Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
Strange things to look at everywhere. But it was all really well done.
Okay.
The storyline was a little lacking. There wasn't a strong villain. Okay. It was just kind of another government conspiracy cover-up plot. Not super great. But I thought it was pretty good. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Now, off the top of your head, do you know the studio? Out of what studio it came?
I don't believe it was a studio. I want to say it was an independent production.
All right.
Yeah, specifically.
Oh no, it was Styx. It was Styx, the Chinese studio.
Okay. All right. Yes, I know that one. All right. Now,
designed by Styx.
Franchise or single film?
Are
they hoping
for
film?
But it's currently also available as an anime series on Crunchyroll too.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, it's based on a comic book, so I'm sure if they wanted to continue the series, they had plenty of material to jump off of.
Yeah. Well, see, that Adam and I were discussing in the pre-show about different levels of production. Shitty films no longer die in the theater. I mean, they could have secondary production and secondary distribution. There's the European, the Asian markets.
they can live on easily.
Absolutely. Even direct to DVD or direct to Blu-ray, which is becoming passé now.
Well, I know that Sam loved what was it, The Wall with Matt Damon.
Oh, shut your face!
Such
Great Wall.
That was a horrible
the Great
movie.
Wall. Yeah, that was such a good movie in China that they had to release it in the Western's hemisphere to make some more money, even though it still flopped. Yeah.
Dude,
that was fun.
That movie was such a
watch it?
nightmare.
Well, yeah, I enjoyed it. Matt Damon. It's why he popped up in there. It's strange, but it's
his changing accent, like the whole movie, he just kept changing his accent, like Scarlet.
What?
You don't think it was written in that way?
Hey, that's Elizabeth Olsen. Don't make fun of Elizabeth Olsen. She was.
I will if I'm on a podcast.
Hot chicks get a pass, Sam.
She was fifth on my list of my island girls.
Nice.
All right.
Well, you enjoy her changing accent because I can't tell what country she's from.
Well, she won't be talking.
On the first two Avengers, Avengers: Age of Ultron, and then Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, Sam. We need to talk about
what makes a good movie and a bad movie.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to throw this out there. My friend Chris Gagne recently watched John Wick. Didn't like it at all.
First one.
Yeah, didn't like it.
Really?
Yep. Only person I
Did he
ever
say
heard that
why?
didn't like it. He said the acting was terrible, the no character development, the Russian was played by a Swede. I don't know. He didn't like Keanu, I guess.
Well, it's kind of hard for. I don't think it's fair for you to call him out like this if he's not on the phone to defend himself too.
Sure, it is. It's a podcast.
Oh yeah, it's a podcast. Whatever.
He can listen in.
He'll listen in and then he'll bitch about it on the group text, and then we'll talk about it.
But then
it's
like you calling someone out on social media. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna call him out, you at least give him a chance to defend himself. You don't want like a one-sided boxing match.
No.
What do you mean, like all of Mayweather's?
Oh.
Yeah, basically.
It's the time of Trump. You just say it and then you deny it.
Nah, we're better than that, dude. Come on, we're better than that.
All right,
we're way better than that. You guys know that.
What do we got next?
All right, next is Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
I know we all watched it.
So good.
It broke so many kind of crazy records for showtimes.
Lena Headey, she was number 4.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. Anytime.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. As are pretty much everybody in Game of Thrones.
Do you guys know about HBO being their site crashed again for the season premiere Games of Thrones?
I heard that there was so many people trying to get on HBO Go.
Yeah, exactly.
Huge numbers, like I said.
Yeah.
And of course the season's going to be shorter and shorter, and it's going to only 7 episodes this season.
Didn't they say next year is going to be like less than 7 episodes?
Only 6 next season.
6 episodes. Yeah.
They're cutting it real short.
Only 6?
Only 6.
They're jam-packing them in there.
Yeah, 8 this season, 6 next season, and then a farewell.
Is there a what you call it? So 6 episodes, and is there a chance for a movie to close out the series? Is that possible?
No, they say no.
Movie?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
Because nobody wants to take the production cost on right now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That'd be huge.
Yikes.
Not that the production cost per episode isn't like astronomical anyway.
Yeah, just the travel alone.
Yeah.
So,
true.
What'd you think,
Do
Adam?
we do spoilers? No spoilers?
Well, let's just put the spoiler warning out there. I wanted to jump on a couple of key things that I wrote down anyway. So I really enjoyed it. The opening scene with Arya, slaughtering all the Freys.
And the Freys.
Yeah, it was amazing. Revenge at its sweetest.
Absolutely.
I thought the Hound seeing into the fire was cool because he's been, he hates fire from the very beginning.
Yep.
So maybe he'll be the reluctant hero.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like the Hound storyline is the redemption mode now.
Right. I kind of feel that way too.
I love that actor. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Simon Pegg production called Hot Fuzz.
I have.
He played a heavy in that film, and his entire dialogue was the word "yarp."
Oh yeah.
Yes, I loved him.
I have to go back and watch that one.
Yeah, fantastic. But I thought the opening scene was great.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the rest of the film, unfortunately, and again, Adam and I were talking about this. It was a necessary, I think, recap. it was after a year plus. They had to remind everybody
where everybody was at, what's going on.
And Adam and I were questioning, do you need to remind everybody? Because the core Game of Thrones audience, they already know everything. They've already done the research. They knew months in advance when it was going to come out. Do you need to recap? And in that case, I think they wasted an hour and 2 minutes.
One of their 8 episodes, right?
About 48 minutes worth they wasted talking about stuff we already knew. But, it's an interesting arc that they're presenting. But what'd you think? Did you enjoy it?
Sam, what do you think?
Sam?
Me, I freaking digged it. I dig it. Knowing that she got revenge for her family and just stand there making a little speech about how the North remembers, like it sends chills to your spine. Like, everyone's like, oh man, the North remembers. Next thing you know, everyone's going to start quoting that, put it on t-shirts. For me, it was fun to see the dynamic too between what's his name, Jon Snow and his sister, like how she questioned him during the meeting.
Yeah, she totally called him out. And
he stood his ground. But my standout character for that episode is definitely the lady from Black Bear. Like, I mean, she's such a young girl, but her acting skills so good.
Bear Island.
Bear Island.
Yeah, Bear Island. Like, she demand presence. Like when she's on screen, and it's really good. How she's telling all the older people off, basically.
Yeah, she was kind of a little badass. What else I have? I have definitely. I think that Jamie's going to end up killing Cersei. What do you think? Kingslayer.
I feel it.
Now I have a question of both of you. Well, first question: did you read the books?
I have read the books. Yes,
you have. Sam, have you read the books?
I have not read the books. I'll be honest. I have not read the books.
And my second question is, thus far, has it followed the books relatively well?
Pretty close.
Okay.
They're off script now, though.
They are off script now.
Oh, yeah.
Because your question to me then would make no sense. And I wonder that of everybody talking about Game of Thrones, it's like, well, don't you know?
No, not anymore.
No, they are definitely out. Because I've not read the books.
Yeah.
And they're ungodly Robert Jordan thick books,
they
aren't
are
they?
Pretty thick, yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm not going to read those books now. So
you can find the audio.
100% off script?
Yeah. The book that's supposed to be out this year or next year, I think, is called Winds of Winter, and that's kind of what they're going on now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they. Oh,
okay. So not. Who knows if it's going to be any different than what the book is now? Because they've literally, taken a different path.
I see.
So
book, film, book. So basically, they wrote the book,
the
filmed it, and
then he's writing the next one.
In a book.
Yeah, so that they can then.
I gotcha.
Write the script off of it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Very good.
Well,
so
didn't George R.R. Martin say that, like, in an interview with the executive producers, that the shows are definitely going to go in one direction, and the books will be a different direction when the book comes out later this year or next year?
Well, I liken it something to The Walking Dead, where that was already out, and they've followed it pretty closely, but they've had the opportunity to write in some new things and
to change it up a little bit,
develop some characters a little differently, and so we'll see how that goes. I think that's kind of how they'll take it for the ending.
But to answer your question,
Kingslayer ×2.
No, I don't think he's going to.
It's either that or they find some way to die together. Because they've always had that.
Yeah. Well, everybody's dying.
Family dynamic.
Yeah, there's very few. There's
maybe Cersei's going to get hers.
Yeah, I don't. The dead dragons and mothers, they're all dead. And one person's going to come out of that smoke, and I don't know who it is at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
I think Jon Snow.
Well, yeah.
We'll see, but he's already died.
Yeah, right.
So we'll see.
And he said, "Don't bring me back."
Yeah, I know. Who would want to come back to that?
Well, that's cool. No, I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah.
Even though I thought it was a little sluggish, I think that they got that out of their system, and now it's all going to be new content, which is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, the upcoming episode, look pretty intense. So,
yeah, Saturdays, Sundays.
Sundays. Yeah, we'll give you guys a recap.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, not too bad. So then Comic-Con is going on right now.
Yeah.
The big one in San Diego.
Yeah.
The bucket list. That's one I can add to that list.
Okay. Comic-Con, really?
Comic-Con San Diego.
Oh, I don't know. Is that a bucket list thing?
Yeah, one time.
All right. Well, you got to wear a costume.
Comic-Con would be a bucket list thing for sure.
Yeah. If you're going to bucket it, you got to put a costume.
You got to go full way.
That's right.
100%.
Strap yourself to the hood and drive out.
And they've
also...
Got
to do it Mad Max style.
They're always putting out new content and announcing new movies and games and stuff. So
where do you want to start with Comic-Con?
I wanted to highlight a couple of new movie announcements. One, actually, this one's on Amazon. I'm sorry, it's not. Sorry, Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. New one called Bright with Will Smith.
Yeah, Netflix.
Yeah.
And
just saw the trailer.
It's, a little fantasy world where he's a cop and his partner's an orc cop.
Yeah.
Which totally should have been the title, Orc Cops.
Yeah.
And they go around, doing fantasy stuff and killing elves and fairies and stuff.
When I saw the...
It's actually... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Sam, please.
I was going to say it's the second team up between the director from Suicide Squad.
Right.
Because they filmed it right after Suicide Squad. It's Will Smith and the director from Suicide Squad teaming up together again for this movie. So it'll have that same kind of vibe, the streets cop style movie like he always does. So he's kind of going back. He went, to Suicide Squad. Then he's going back to his basically street cop style movies.
His roots.
Now, when I saw this trailer, unfortunately, though, it immediately made me think of a relatively old film starring Mandy Patinkin, and it was Alienation. And he was it was an alien race that was combined with the human race, and he was a police officer and detective working with a human detective.
Right.
It was so I as a overall concept, I don't think that's a really new idea.
Right. Throw a fantasy twist or theme on it.
And Although in the trailer they open up basically Will Smith is squishing a fairy, like a fly, and it's pretty funny.
Pretty comical.
Yeah, pretty funny. But I thought it looked interesting.
Like we were talking about, production costs, and that's a full on.
It's Will Smith though.
Yeah, Will Smith made movie, and that's straight to Netflix. So obviously their production quality is going up.
Well,
they're from Netflix. They have money to put into production for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean they stuck their toe in the cooperative crossover with major celebrities with Adam Sandler. He did a 4-picture deal.
Yeah.
Now, were the pictures any good? Well, they're Sandler films, so they're fun. But and Sandy, I just saw Sandy Wexler, and that was not a great film.
No, I'm sure.
But
I'm sure that production quality was there.
But Sandler's brilliant, and they made a ton of money. It was a great deal, so I'm not surprised that they're starting to get major people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
Next up, I had a note for the Doctor Doom movie. They're I believe it's going to be Fox.
Okay.
They're bailing on the Fantastic Four, genre, but they're going to do Doctor Doom separately.
Okay.
Not any idea who's going to play it or who's directing, but
as a villain,
it's been announced. Yeah, just a straight up villain movie.
Wow.
So that could be cool.
Yeah. Well.
I think Doctor Doom's an untapped villain that really could. Could push.
The question is, are they going to take the radar route again too, just like everyone else is right now? Because that's the new popular thing right now.
Oh, for sure.
Try shoot for that
Radar's
radar
big.
situation.
Now, I'm not understanding. What are you saying, Sam? What?
No, I'm saying, do you guys think that Doctor Doom movie is going to be rated R?
Oh, rated R. I thought. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope they recategorize what R and PG mean. I think it's kind of silly how restrictive we are, but no, they should make it R.
Yeah, it's a villain movie. It should be,
Yeah, I mean,
about his psychology.
Take a note from Expendables. They destroyed an entire film because they didn't give it an R.
Yes.
Yeah. They finally got 4 back on track, with all the arguments, and it's going to be R. Yeah.
Of course.
No, make it R.
Well, it's big now to be R-rated, and that actually moves into, they just announced a Spawn movie, and that's going to be rated R.
It is tough, though, because, the backbone of all this is the mouse. So, I mean, they don't like R.
True. Disney wants to stay away from that. But, the superhero content is like Deadpool is making rated R acceptable.
And Disney has the money to just create, they created Miramax.
They'll just make another studio. Yeah, exactly. Just, a Disney production.
Yeah.
I was actually reading about that for the Spawn movie. I heard that Todd McFarlane himself wants to direct the movie.
Which is great. I love Todd McFarlane.
I think that would be pretty cool to see him in the director's chair to, actually has 13 his own baby to see how it comes out.
Yeah, if he's ready. I mean, at minimum a consultant, but
right, exactly.
Because direction is it's a tough beast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, I think it's definitely cool that he's going to be part of it.
Yeah.
You know, he's a big influence of mine, you know, in his Spider-Man run back in the 90s. I was never really into Spawn as much, but I do recall the original Spawn movie was pretty cool. Michael Jai White.
Oh, yeah.
And
his muscles.
Yeah. And this one, you know, I think the quality, you know, is just going to be 10 times better with the graphics that we have today. So we'll see.
It was a strange, dark film. I remember John Leguizamo, you know, played a just bizarre little character. But hopefully they'll bring that sort of DC darkness with it.
Yeah.
It's not DC though, is it?
No,
it's Marvel.
No, it's not Marvel either.
It's independent.
Independent, yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
But speaking of DC, their next announced movie is Shazam. Shazam, yeah.
Who is it?
Who is what?
Who is Shazam?
It's actually a kid in the comic book.
Okay.
You mean in the comic book, right?
Who's the I'm sorry, who's the
kid by the name of Billy Bates. I don't think they have an actor yet.
Okay.
They haven't cast Shazam yet. They have the script ready, but it hasn't been casted yet officially.
All right.
The only thing they've been mentioning from Comic-Con this week was that supposedly Jeff Jones says that there'll be no appearance of Black Adam, period. But we'll see. Maybe he's just keeping it low key for now.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be The Rock.
The Rock, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that since they scrapped the Shazam movie like a few months back, that they were going to do Black Adam in the next Superman movie. But now that Shazam's back on, I'm sure he'll make his way into that movie. That only makes sense.
All right.
But we'll see. Next up, I had they're going to remake Rocko's Modern Life, one of my childhood classics.
Now, embarrassingly, I have no idea what that is.
I don't think it's a remake. I think they're just bringing it back, bro. Because they're bringing back the original cast and everybody.
Okay, well, not a remake, but like a continuation, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know why. I have a steel trap for a memory, and I don't know of Rocko's Modern Life.
This was back when Nickelodeon put on some weird ass cartoons.
Okay.
And this one.
It's not like Animaniacs, is it?
No, this one's the Australian kangaroo that works for a phone line company. He has a cow friend, and he has a turtle friend.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still don't know it.
You guys don't remember it?
No, it was like back when they had like Ren and Stimpy and kind of some of those stranger cartoons.
And Rugrats.
Okay. Yeah, it was all like innuendo, very much like adult innuendo and comedy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, a lot of adult jokes.
Cool.
And then same time as also Hey Arnold.
Right.
Right.
Because they're
I
bringing
know
back
all
Hey
these, not
Arnold
Rocko's.
too.
That's right. Now, are they bringing it back as an animated feature? Or?
Yeah, animated feature, and it's it'll be kind of ported into the future, like nowadays.
Right.
So this was like a 90s cartoon. So he'll like wake up and it'll now be today's time. So modern life.
Yeah.
And how he kind of relates to it nowadays.
All right.
We'll see. It's interesting.
Well, I'm kangaroos and turtles. That's sweet. I'm in.
It's it's some interesting comedy. I think you'll enjoy it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take a look.
I think that's all I got for the Nerd Alert, man.
Oh no, there's one you missed.
I have one. Oh, I had Westworld.
Westworld.
I know.
end of 2018.
Yep, it's still a little ways out.
Yeah.
But they've casted a couple of new characters.
Yep.
They've had a whole Westworld themed room or bar at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Where you could choose to be the white hat or the black hat.
Yeah.
And it should be cool.
Yeah.
Sam, you probably have the names written down or something.
For the actors for Westworld?
Yeah, I know there's a couple of new actors, right?
Yeah, there's two actors that actually joined the cast as Westworld. I'll put it up for you right now. Give me 1 second there.
All right. Well, now, so I'm going to go to a different one, but and I don't know that you've seen it yet, but there was a fantastic series on HBO. It only made 3 seasons because of the cost of production.
Okay.
And this was several years ago. And it starred Timothy Olyphant and Ian McShane, and it was called Deadwood. It was about Deadwood, South Dakota.
Right.
Yes.
And
that was a good series.
They have confirmed David Milch, the creator and director of some of the episodes.
Yeah.
He's a strange guy. He did Hill Street Blues back in the day. That's how he got made his bones.
Okay.
But he has HBO is going to produce a full feature, basically because of a fan revolt, as they do, like they did for Firefly and Serenity.
Sure.
The fans demanded this, and so they said they finally got the script, and
Wow.
and the interesting thing about it is that they literally have to design the schedule around Ian McShane. He is so popular, and that it conflicts with American Gods. And so they're going to shoot it as quickly as they can between the American God seasons. Yeah. But Deadwood, and if anybody is a fan of language and dialogue and scripting, see the seasons 1 through 3. It's astounding. Like I said, David Milch deserves every bit of credit. McShane won a Golden Globe for his Swearingen is his character, Al Swearingen.
If you love Ian McShane, you'll love him on American Gods too. Like they purposely give him long dialogue throughout the episodes, and it's so good. It's so good that we delivers it.
Yeah. He's a wasted talent on John Wick. Yeah, he's got a couple 3 lines, and he's such a great character. But
from what I've heard of Deadwood, it ends on a cliffhanger.
It ends on a yes. Now, Deadwood, they had to include some characters that were not part of history, so as not to have the Titanic syndrome. It's like, okay, they hit the iceberg.
We know it's going to happen.
They yell, "I'm king of the world," and that's it. But they cliffhung it a little bit, but they followed the historical aspect of the little town. It was a gold mining town. But yes, and they just enough of a cliffhanger to piss people off, and it's been years. Right. It's been years since season 3 ended. But and David Milch, had some difficulties personally, and his dialogue was such that they needed him on set every single day to explain what was going on, to explain how to read the dialogue, and at the time,
I can imagine he wrote some interesting,
crazy stuff. And see, at the time, he was having a
first couple episodes.
At the time, he was having a drug problem. And so they if you watch the documentary about it, they literally had to make some of it up because he was in the trailer, he was gone, and so it's amazing. So I'm thrilled. But again, if you're a fan of linguistics and language, you got to see this. It's amazing.
So, but it's going to be a feature film.
HBO feature film.
Very cool.
Feature film,
Very
not
cool.
the big screen. It's going to be HBO.
Yeah. Okay.
So Sam, what did you find out on those names?
So the 2 actors who are joining the cast will be Neil Jackson from Sleepy Hollow. He plays the Headless Horseman himself.
Okay.
And then you got Jonathan Tucker, who's also known from American Gods and Kingdom. That's on Audience TV. It's a MMA TV show.
Yeah,
hard to explain.
Yeah,
but the Westworld
he's a B actor. You've seen him in a lot of
the
things.
filming.
Mm-hmm.
He'll probably be a white hat. He's kind of one of those clean-cut looking guys. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll be waiting end of 2018.
Oh, I know.
If we're lucky.
That's so long.
If we're lucky.
It's so good though. Westworld.
Westworld is just
cleaned up at the end.
It's really good writing. Like the way they did the show, it does honor the movie from the when was it released? The first Westworld movie? I forgot the date.
It's either 60s or 70s.
73, I think, or 78. Yeah, in the 70s. Late 70s, I think. Yeah, it was...
I remember I saw 1973, yes. I remember I saw the movie as a kid, and it blew my mind when the Man in Black was a robot. Like, I remember that shocked the crap out of me as a kid.
Wow, spoilers.
Yeah. And who was the man? Who was the actor? Sam?
Yul Brynner.
You're cheating. You're looking
at it right now.
Right. Yul Brynner, very famous stage actor.
He's also known from The King and I, from back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. Very cool. Very cool. All right, is that it?
Sam's on it today.
We're going to end with Westworld. All right. Well, nerds in Westworld, but no better end.
West
Nerds. There you go. Concierge Chronicle this week. We have a cool one. I did some research, and I was interested in this particular subject. The Ghosts of Las Vegas, the haunting of the Strip.
Yes, this is my favorite.
It is. And I'm just going to go right into it. Number 1, and these are reports that have a significant number of reports every year from the time it happened to today. And these are reports from workers in Las Vegas and guests of Las Vegas. I've never had an experience. Have you? Have you ever had a phantasmic experience?
I don't believe in ghosts, man.
You don't believe in ghosts?
No, I don't believe in ghosts.
Really? Okay.
Just coincidence or wind and stuff. I don't see it.
Okay.
I guess you have to see it to believe it.
So when the DC movie features die, you're not going to believe any of those ghosts come around, right? Okay, I'm just kidding.
People don't die in comic books.
Really? How about you, Sam? Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I believe in the supernatural.
And I
enjoy seeing these stories.
Have you had a supernatural experience? Minus the alien probing thing.
Well, I don't want to hear about your fantasies. That's kind of gross. But as in spiritual situations, yeah, I've seen a few. Been through a few back in Florida.
Okay. Well, Florida. Well, there you go. Florida's wild.
Oh yeah, all the dead Indians, all the dead Seminoles, dude.
Yeah, Seminoles.
So many spirits out there.
Well, yeah.
That's where people go to die, right? Florida.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. It's
the one big cemetery, right? Yeah.
All right. So number 1, employees at Ballys Hotel right in the center of the strip there, report seeing a group of ghosts walking around the kitchen area as well as the main tower area. Bally's back in the day had a massive fire that started in a kitchen, 1980, and destroyed the whole thing. And it was tragic. It took many lives, but many reports, over 100, I believe, if I remember right, seeing a group of ghosts. And apparently, to the supernatural ghost hunter, paranormal scientist, that's
abnormal.
That abnormal.
Group of them.
Yes. Yeah. So a herd.
More abnormal than just one ghost is multiple.
It's a murder of ghosts.
Yeah, there you go.
What is a ghost?
I like it.
So yeah, that would be a little unnerving. I think I could deal with one ghost, like the whole Ghostbusters thing
like
with the
Slimer?
librarian. Yeah. But seeing a group of them, I don't know.
That would be unnerving.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much.
So number 2, currently it's the Westgate Hotel, the past home of Elvis and the Las Vegas Hilton. It was, and before that it was called the International. Of course, we've talked about Elvis. He's definitely still here, and they see him near the backstage elevator, which led to his green room, which apparently was his most favorite place to be in Las Vegas. That's where he entertained all of his friends and his guests and everything else. So he's right next to the elevator, apparently.
There you go.
Yeah.
We covered this last week, right? If Elvis was still alive?
Elvis
no, but his spirit is haunting the Westgate.
The Westgate.
Yeah.
The Westgate.
There you go.
So Elvis fans, now the green room, to my knowledge, I looked into this and it didn't really definitively say, is not there anymore. The square footage has been used differently.
Sure.
Westgate, Elvis, there you go. We should do a tour.
Yeah, ghost tour.
Yeah, that's right. Number 3, reports at Circus, a giant family-based hotel that I haven't frequented in many years. Also has at the Adventure Dome theme park, which is kind of cool.
Right. I've been there pretty recently, a couple of years back.
Yeah. I did that Halloween thing one time. That was
Fright Dome?
Not my thing.
It was interesting. I've been there once. It was a lot of mist and a lot of dudes just jumping at you from corners.
Yeah, I had that, and they're touching me and everything. Right. It's like, no. But reports at Circus of screams in the rooms, loud screams, deathly screams, on the first, second, and fifth floors, and the words "help me" on a bathroom mirror. Now, apparently, in room 123, which I raise an eyebrow on that one, but I don't know. It is confirmed that a mother killed her little boy and then committed suicide in that hotel.
Okay.
But I don't know about the room.
So the deathly screams could be her?
It could be her. The help me could be the little boy.
Right.
But
or it could just be a little, asshole kid or a jock that wants to cause trouble.
That's true.
In my opinion, that's more likely. The
foggy bathroom mirror saying "help me."
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I don't know. I might change hotels. I don't care who did that. That's creepy. But
you probably ask for a comp. Be like, can I get a comp, please?
That's right. Oh yeah. Oh sure.
Yeah. You get free stuff for it. See, I'm freaked out. I don't want to move or anything. I just want free stuff.
No, you got to pull the old card. Let me talk to your manager, please. Can I please talk to your manager right now?
Nowadays with the parking and the no free drinks, they probably charge you for a ghost. So.
True enough. That's funny.
Number 4, Luxor, the pyramid here at the hotel in Las Vegas. Very cool place, but unfortunately, the way it's built, it has open hallways that lead that you could get over the wall and commit suicide, which has happened more than they probably want to talk about.
Right.
Yeah. So this being the case, they have reports of on the 12th and 14th floors, which I believe are relatively close to the top. They breathing on your neck, like if you're people
standing by the balcony,
and there's neck breathing. I don't know that one's got to go.
That's pretty creepy, but you are standing outside, right?
Well, you're
speaking of
no, you're
suicides,
inside. You're inside the building.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but you're on a balcony with like wind and stuff outdoors, right?
No, you're inside. No, that's the problem with it is that the pyramid structure is such that it goes all the way to the bottom, and so the floors are like
You mean inside? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I know what you mean because it's inverted on the inside of the casino, so you
exactly.
actually have the inverse, so you can jump straight down.
Exactly, you could jump straight
sliding down a pyramid or anything.
That's right. You could just jump right on the craps table and just die right in front of everybody. So on the 12th and 14th floors, while you're enjoying the view from your room, they're breathing on your neck.
Neck breathers.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Sam?
I was going to say, because talking about the ghost of the suicides.
Yeah.
One of the hotels that's haunted too is the Signatures.
Right, okay.
The Signature Towers.
Yeah.
And I have a friend that worked there that told me about how the one night she was working, there was a suicide committed. They jumped off the roof, hit the car, the body hits the ground, and by security law, they still have to resuscitate even if the brain is stuck outside the skull itself. So one of the security personnel, he had to try and resuscitate even though the head's fractured and the brain's sticking out, but they still had to try and resuscitate, quote unquote, just by law itself. And I was like, oh man, that's
you got to
creepy.
try and save the guy.
And that's pretty bad.
I mean, I'm sure you heard the thing on the news where there's a group of kids that were videotaping the guy drowning in the river.
What?
Yeah.
I glossed over that because I can't stand stories like that.
But long story short, these group of kids watched this guy drown and videotaped it and never said anything. And now they're, debating whether or not they're going to charge him.
I would.
Yeah.
As an
I
adult.
did not know about that. I did not hear about that at all.
Yeah.
Yep. Very unfortunate.
That's fucked up.
Yep.
Well,
we stay away from too many Facebook stories.
That's right. Oh, yeah. No Facebook.
Geez.
Try and load this up on nerd stuff and not
That's
too
right.
serious.
Yeah, Facebook is banned in the studio. Lastly.
What about Lost?
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
Okay. But lastly, in the Ghosts of Vegas, the Flamingo Hotel has probably the largest number of reports, and it all stems from Bugsy Siegel, who we've talked about, Benjamin Siegel.
Yep.
Ghost. You can see his ghost by the pool. It's the only pool-bound ghost we have, from what I hear. And he's near the pool, near the wedding chapel, which is apparently built over his old apartment, which was next to the pool. But you can see the ghost of Siegel, which is interesting because he wasn't killed here.
Right.
He was killed in L.A.
Mob cemetery. Did they bring his body back here?
Yeah. So I know. Well, if you really love Las Vegas, you'll find a way back. So he did. He's out by the pool.
Out by the pool, just chilling. Hey?
Yeah.
If I was a ghost, that's where I would go.
Yeah. But everybody listening, if you've been to Vegas and have a ghost report, I'd love to hear that. I'm definitely going to revisit this because this was just a couple of the ones that I found in all the research. But I'd love to hear
another cool ghost one is Red, the old comedian.
Red Skelton?
Is it Red Fox?
Red Fox, yeah. Okay.
Yes. Supposedly, here in Vegas, he still haunts his own house. The real estate, when people buy, there's been many reports where they move into his house.
Yes.
And they either see apparitions of him, or they hear him telling them to get the hell out of his own house.
I will. I'm going to haunt my house.
Oh, full on Beetlejuice style.
Yeah, and then I'm going to haunt Adam's house. And I'm going to go over and haunt you, Sam.
Yeah, but I don't believe in ghosts, so you're going to have to try extra
he's
hard.
haunting his own house just because he's an old stubborn man.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Right. No, I'm going to.
What other better place to haunt than your old
your own people?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right. Well, you know what? That cell phone story about watching a man drown It's astounding.
It's crazy, right?
Disgusting. Brings me to Gear Grinders. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I wanted to get your opinions. We, as we've talked about on the show before, we run a small production company here. I'm a professional photographer and a filmmaker, and Adam is a great editor and a filmmaker as well. But I've seen too many changes now with cell phones, and I've seen too many. I think creativity. I think cell phones are dangerous regardless. Obviously, from that story that you just told us about watching a man die.
And Pokemon Go, they're dangerous there. Their texting, of course, is dangerous. Overusage, and the whole cancer issue and everything else. But I feel that a larger issue is the fact that our entire world is changing, not for the better, and we're losing our creativity. And we're accepting individuals as creative when they're not. And that bothers me a great deal. Now, there are many individuals out there that will probably, the hue and cry is going to be that, well, we are being creative. We just happen to have a new medium. Well, there's the argument of quality over quantity.
Yes.
And, today's, ease of cell phone, video and, just throwing it up on YouTube or whatever. Sure, the quality is going to go down. Mm-hmm. It's going to be more creative because you're going to get a lot more, short videos or more, different things, different ideas.
Right.
But, yeah, the quality definitely can go down.
Well, what about the digital short issue? Because I noticed that Netflix just launched it, and Amazon had already had it. But what it is it's a small production level, small scope, and oftentimes can be produced with mobile cameras, including cell phones, that are being recognized as creative and enticing pieces of work. What do you think of that? Do you accept that as a young digital consumer?
I think we've talked about this before, and I think our palates have kind of become, I guess, lessened in a way. We take in a lot more content, so our need for that better quality content is lessened. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting argument.
Now, here's another thing that I read about, which was at first I wasn't understanding it, but now it's an amazing thing that's happening. Our podcast is approximately an hour. Couldn't go in 90 minutes if we're yapping too much. But I read that there are now apps being launched to listen to podcasts without any loss, with no compression loss whatsoever, but without any loss of comprehension, that are being sped up. You can listen to they quoted a 53-minute podcast in 31 minutes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You set it on that kind of 1.5 speed and
1.8.
Yeah, 1.8.
1.8.
You can still really kind of make it out, huh?
Yeah. And I was like, how
fast
are we that busy?
How fast do we want that knowledge?
Yeah. Are we that busy? Really?
That defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah,
the whole purpose was to sit down and
enjoy a conversation,
listen to podcasts and enjoy it.
Yes.
Just keep rushing it. It's it makes no sense.
Yes.
It's frustrating to see, especially this topic. It irks me because yes, everybody has a cell phone, but no, not everybody can be a photographer with their cell phone.
Right.
It just taking the technology itself. Because everyone claims they're a photographer now, but it's no, dude, you just picked a filter you thought was really cool, and you hashtag the shit out of it, and now you're trying to convince everybody else that you're amazing. It's listen, you want to get a participation trophy, then go join a soccer game, go join a Little League soccer game. But you want to actually be called a photographer, then put in the work, grind, earn your title as photographer, pay your dues. Don't just use your phone and claim, oh, you're a photographer, you're a filmmaker now. No, it doesn't work like that.
Well, and I always fear of being reductive, to the individuals that may have a knack for using the cell phone as a tool. I mean, at full capability. I mean, Adam and I happen to have the same phone. We have a Droid Turbo 2. It is an astoundingly good phone. 21 megapixel shots, up to 4K video. And again, I fear of being charged with being reductive for those individuals that actually are good at it. But the problem is that I see so many things that, and the one click to popularity is what I referred to it as. It's just, well, okay, you made a YouTube channel, you gained all these users, whether you used a click farm or not, and I'd really like to vet most of these people.
No doubt.
But why, and I see corporations that I work for, and I see individuals in the marketing firms for whom I work, and they've given up. They say, well, we can't do anything about it. They have the audience. And it's just like, well, that's a really deceptive way of becoming popular. And they're not like, creative,
like JCK hiring the bloggers.
Yes.
And these young people that have these 250,000 followers or whatever.
Right. Just
to get it out, and be more popular.
Right.
Right. Kind of the same problem there.
Yeah. I just, and photography is becoming a very strange subject now. I mean, you have the death of Kodak and the near death of Nikon, and everything being changed to. I mean, I am rarely tasked to have full resolution shots because, quite simply, they don't need them.
Right.
It's all web based. It's all mobile based. So they just need a fraction of what I can produce.
They can take that cell phone shot and use that.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
Or they can send their marketing team with their cell phones to capture, their basic decor,
Yeah, exactly. But Sam is right. Sam, the base problem is that these individuals, whether they hold a wonderful tool in their hand, they have a great hammer.
Right.
They don't have the artistic eye that is necessary, and I think that's the only thing that's going to save me and my colleagues is the fact that having an eye is still important and still exists. That the eye still exists. And I think I'm holding on to that. I don't know.
Yeah. As a professional, you hope that your quality can, outmatch or outclass, the amateur.
Yeah. Do you need to listen to podcasts quicker?
No,
That's
God,
the strangest thing to me.
That is weird. I mean, I guess if your commute is, 30 minutes or I don't know.
Well, they said, now I haven't downloaded the app. I may, to see, and there's many apps. But I mean, they say that very simply, it does not sound like you're listening to a mouse.
Sure, yeah.
And that your brain, our brains have evolved to listen to it quicker.
Faster. I've listened to some DVDs on my PlayStation's got a 1.5 fast forward, and it actually is very clear. You could, so I know what they're talking about. I just think it seems weird.
Sure.
Why would I want to skip all that information? I guess just to download it faster.
I guess. I don't know. I
just straight to the brain like Keanu.
Yeah, but again, it brings up the issue we've talked about before is comprehension. And are we assimilating all that knowledge, and are we able to reconstruct it?
Yeah, or are we just letting it go on one ear out the other?
Yeah, exactly.
The faster we can get in, the faster we can just think of something different.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a gear grinder, but it's certainly a strange and disturbing
phenomena.
Yeah, tech item. But all right, it's Area 52. Got some cool ones. And these are just numbers. I love numbers about Las Vegas. Over 70,000 pounds of shrimp is consumed every day in Las Vegas.
I love it.
That's right.
Yep. If I could have shrimp every day, I would be part of that stat.
Would you really?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, is that your thing? 70,000.
We should go for that goal. We should aim for that goal.
70,000 pounds. That's amazing to me.
I don't know. 10 pounds a day, I could take it down.
And the pig farm's gone.
I know. I was just thinking about that the
guy
other day.
retired and sold his pig farm. Well, we had a guy that he was brilliant. He contracted with all the casinos, and they dumped all their food and items, and the pigs loved it. And then he sold the pigs right back to them.
Yeah.
It was, I love it.
He was a genius.
But he retired. He's gone.
It's a lot of shrimp.
70,000 pounds.
Yep.
That's insane.
We have a lot of buffets here, so it's...
Yeah. Now I wonder what I couldn't find is the reciprocal. How many pounds, thousands of pounds, are wasted That I would like to know.
Oh, God, yeah,
They don't keep those stats, obviously. Secondly, there's another one. There are now almost two slot machines, 1.8. I'm going to say 2.
Yeah, close enough.
There are now almost 2 slot machines for every 8 residents of Las Vegas.
Oh, 2 out of 8.
And I don't like mine. I don't win.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah, 2.
I haven't hit that royal flush yet.
2 for... I've never hit a royal flush.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, guys.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, 2 for every 8 residents. If you start doing the math in your head, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah. Jesus.
And lastly, Nevada is home, many of which are near Las Vegas, to between 225,000 and 310,000 abandoned mines.
Oh, yeah. I could definitely see that.
50,000 of which are said to be deemed a serious hazard to the public.
That I would not have seen.
Now, I have been in one, and I got to tell you, have you been in one? On your hikes?
Oh yeah, I've passed by a few.
But
I'm not really too far in.
Yeah, there's a place called Anniversary Mines here in it's outside Las Vegas, near the Lake Mead National Park area, and it's an old abandoned borax mine. And I gotta tell you, at first you kind of strap up and you're all manly and you go in there and no big deal. And then when you walk far enough and that hole that you came in
starts getting real dark and
no longer visible.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I'll tell you what, I'm a little bit claustrophobic, so that would probably not be good for me.
Yeah, and these were walkable.
Yeah.
But then you walk down, I think I walked down maybe 300 yards and I'm stretching it and it got dark.
Yeah.
And there was a stairway down and a stairway up. And all of us were like, no, I don't think so.
We're going to go back out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
And it was so nice and cool. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, imagine.
But
creepy though, I'm sure.
Yeah, but yeah, lots.
But they're open though.
Well, this one now is closed, from what I'm told.
Right.
It's barred, and I think most of the mines are closed because the mining companies would be fined if they didn't close them up properly.
Sure.
But people still find their way in.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, we have...
Curiosity kills the cat.
And we have these wannabe vampire, goofy kids that are always out there lighting fires and shooting. So, yeah, it's a big situation. But now, have you been hiking recently?
Not in a few months.
Yeah. Where do you like to go?
I like to get down to Lake Mead or Charleston.
Yeah.
Actually, I did go up to Charleston recently, but it was just to kind of check out some campsites with a friend of mine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was nice and cool up there. So.
Yeah. Now, do you like camping?
More of a hiker than a camper.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like bugs. So yeah.
There you go. Not a lot of bugs here.
No, that's true. The desert does keep the bug population down.
Yeah, and minimal, strangely enough, because I have dogs, I know this, minimal ticks. Yeah. It's too hot.
Yeah, that's the one thing I like about the desert is there are less bugs.
Yeah. Snakes, though.
Still not a fan.
Snakes and scorpions.
I've seen a few scorpions.
Yeah, I was, again, Lake Mead area, and I was across the wash, and we were probably 50 feet from the other side of the wash, and the unmistakable, it's in your genetics.
The rattlesnake?
The rattlesnake.
Oh, yeah.
And you hear that rattlesnake, and
you
your
start
body...
looking to dance.
No, you stop. I did. I mean, your body locks up, and you realize that it's somewhere way deep in your DNA that says you better
Stay
stop.
the hell away from that noise.
And it's funny because, all he's saying is that I'm over here, and you stay over there.
Yeah, you leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm here. Don't step on me.
Now, scorpions are a different thing. We have some nasty scorpions.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of them have made their way into various houses here that I've...
Yeah, we have the new housing districts that we have. Oh, the neighborhoods are terrible with scorpions, but luckily I don't have that problem. But
agreed. I have a lot of lizards in my house.
Lizards,
in the backyard.
love them.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
keep them.
Keep the spiders down, which I hate.
There you go. Well, Adam, thanks again for being in the studio.
No problem.
We'll say goodbye to Sam as well, and catch us next week on Tuesday. If you have any questions, please send us the information. And but again, the ghost thing. I want to hear about the ghost thing. Anybody out there who's listening, tell us about the ghost stories, whether it's in Las Vegas or not. I just think the ghost stories are cool. So we'll see you next week.
Very cool. Catch you later.
Thanks to everyone listening and watching. You can catch the Pod Bay Door on the Podbean app or any of your favorite podcast apps, including iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and Stitcher Radio. You can watch the show on our YouTube channel at the Pod Bay Door Podcast. Please download, like, and subscribe. Our social connectivity screen is coming up. Check in with us on Facebook, Twitter, and WordPress. The Pod Bay door is closed and talent is out. Hey everybody, thank you very much for tuning into the show. We would love to hear your show suggestions and comments. If you are watching on our YouTube channel, please click to subscribe. You can also connect with us on Facebook using @PBD Podcast, on Twitter using @TPBD Podcast, and on WordPress at thepodbaydoor.wordpress.com.